Good morning, guys. I am back at Singapore Airport because we have a super early flight today. Not too early, about like 9:30. But I'm here specifically for a certain flight. That's right. So anyway, I'm going to talk a bit more about how I got this, but let's first get in through security and get into the first class lounge. Alright guys, it's very echoey in here. I finally found some area where I can kind of vlog a little bit better because it's very quiet in here. So if you haven't seen already, I'm in the private room at the Singapore Airlines lounge. There is a regular Kris Flyer lounge, a business class lounge, first class lounge, and then the private room. Not everybody gets invited to the private room. I'm not really sure what the qualifications are, but anyway, we were just walked straight over here and it is awesome. So if you're wondering how I was able to get here to this lounge or even my first class ticket, basically I use points because I cannot afford to probably get this ticket on my own. It's probably a few $1,000s, I'm not exactly sure. We're going from Singapore to Shanghai, which is only a 5-hour flight. And I'm also going to be on the new first class suites, which just came out I think sometime last year. We tried looking around for other longer flights to book the new first class suite, but those things get booked up so quickly for if we're using points instead of paying for it. But then sometime last year I found an article saying if you do want to try and catch one of the new first class products, I can take the daily routes between Shanghai and Singapore. The points I used I got from my Chase. The other option, if you have it, is also the American Express Platinum card. I could have used either or, but it was only 50,000 points, which is absurdly cheap for this first class flight. So for dessert, I don't think they actually serve dessert during breakfast, only for lunch and dinner I asked, but they said they could give me ice cream. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll take it. I'll just take like 2 scoops. So I expected just 2 scoops, but they gave me this full dessert. That's really good. And now leaving the private room at Singapore Airlines lounge. Very sad, but now super excited. First ones to board again. Guys, this is it. Look at how big this is. Lucky enough to get the 2 beds down, so pretty much a full bed. As the size of the suite, this is probably twice the size of what I had for Emirates. Quick tip, guys, if you want to make sure that you have the 2 suites with the partition taken down, make sure that you book the first 2 rows, meaning 1A and 2A. If you go in the row 3, there's no partition there. Make sure if you're traveling with somebody and you want to be able to put the full bed down, get the first 2 rows. So we're about 2 hours in this flight, and I must say, this has just been the most comfortable flight I've ever been on. Emirates was very comfortable, but I don't know if it's the space or this bed. This is just super comfortable. I really wish I had a longer flight. So this is the bathroom. It is massive, not quite as big as the Emirates one. Also, there's no shower here, but it's still pretty large. So there's a vanity mirror here, makeup area, toilet, and of course just the sink. So still pretty massive overall. For our meal today, I did book to cook. which is very unique to Singapore Airlines, where before your flight, I think about 24 hours, you tell them what you want. There's a massive selection. There's either your actual daily options, or you can pick from a big list of menu. I got the lobster thermidor, which is highly regarded by a lot of people. It's been what's kind of what everybody talks about that's very special to Singapore Airlines first class. First up in our meal is the chicken satay. Oh wow, that's actually really juicy. Oh my god. Would not have expected that from a flight. That's wonderful. Okay guys, for our appetizer, I got some very simple. I got the lobster with a little bit of caviar. Thinking back now, I don't know if I should order lobster because I got the lobster thermidor, but I was just kind of thinking quick on my feet there, so I'm sure this is just delicious. Look at how big that is. I don't even know if it's a one-biter, but let's try it out. That's real lobster right there. I'm always worried when I order, like, you know, pretty fancy food on flights of how the food's going to turn out, because usually, you know, it's not super fresh because obviously we're not on the ground. But wow, make some of the lobster, put some of the caviar on top, and it out. That's legit. That is, wow, that's amazing. Up next is watercress soup, which I don't think I've ever had before. Get a full bite right there. That's awesome. Thank you. Next, I have my appetizers. I'm waiting for my main course now, so while I have time right now, you just want to point out and re-emphasize how large this suite is, and how it's even larger if you're splitting it with somebody you're traveling. But look at how big this is. This is like a mini apartment. This is like a mini studio in here. Look at this. Look at how much space we have. This is ridiculous.
Your lobster to be done.
Thank you. Wow. Alright guys, for my main course, I got the famous lobster thermidor, which is apparently what Singapore Airlines, if you're going to do cook the cook, is what they're known for. So look at how massive this lobster is. I don't think. Just look at this dish. Insane. Comes with rice pilaf too and some asparagus. The lobster is a Boston lobster. Oh, they gave me a whole lobster. I thought it was only half. I'm just going to dig in here. I'm going to start with this massive claw. Look at this. Let's try it out. That is amazing. Okay, this is saffron rice, my bad. Try it out. That's so good. Now let's try the tail, where they have the actual all the seasonings and the sauce and everything. Has some mushrooms in it too, so let's try that out. I understand now why everybody orders this and why everybody talks about the lobster thermidor when you do the cook to cook. I understand now. I've been awakened. I can't think of a more perfect airline food right now. This is probably the best I've ever had so far, to be honest. I was a bit skeptical because, you know, everybody orders it. You know, I wanted something more unique, but I figured, you know, it's what everybody orders. So at least let's try it out and see what we think about it. And if we don't, and if we do this flight again, I can certainly order something else. All right, guys, we're about to land, and I'm extremely sad because this is the shortest flight, or it felt like the shortest flight. It was at least 4.5 hours, close to 5, but just with the comfort, the space, just the food, the luxury, the whole experience was just absolutely amazing. And if you ever get the chance to try this suite, you have to try it. It's just absolutely amazing. If you can, get a longer flight because 4.5 hours to 5 hours is not enough. I'm going to post the link below how to accrue the points and transfer from your Chase or American Express cards to Singapore Airlines. I'll put that all right below here. Up next on our journey is Shanghai. We're only going to be there for one night, so about just one full 24-hour period, kind of like last time for Kuala Lumpur. So I'm going to shoot some videos there, but I'm going to end this video here. Hit that like and subscribe button below, and until then, I'll see you in the next video.